A fresh start with God. Happy New Year! As we step into 2025, many of us are reflecting on the past year, its highs, lows, and perhaps we're anticipating what lies ahead. Some of us may have made New Year resolutions or set goals hoping for a better year. But let's be honest, how many of last year's resolutions made it past February? True renewal, lasting change, and genuine hope don't come from New Year resolutions. They come from the mercy and faithfulness of God. Lamentations chapter 3 verses 22 and 23 remind us of this truth. God's love never fails, His mercies are new every morning, and His faithfulness is unshakable. God's unfailing love. Lamentations 3:22 begins, "The faithful love of the Lord never ends." The Hebrew word used here for love is hesed, which refers to a covenantal love, a steadfast, unwavering love rooted in God's promises, not our performance. This verse was written during a time of great suffering for the people of Judah. Jeremiah, often called the weeping prophet, wrote these words amidst the destruction of Jerusalem. Despite their unfaithfulness, God's love remained steadfast. Psalm 136 verse 1 reminds us, "Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His faithful love endures forever." The entire psalm repeats this refrain, emphasizing that God's love doesn't waver, no matter our circumstances. In times of failure, guilt, or discouragement, we often feel unworthy of God's love. But Hesed love doesn't depend on us. It flows from God's unchanging character. Picture a parent's love for their child. No matter how many mistakes the child makes, the parent's love endures. How much more does God love us? God's mercies are new every morning. Lamentations 3:23 says, "His mercies begin afresh each morning." The Hebrew word for mercies, rachamim, conveys tender compassion, like that of a mother for her child. Think about the sunrise. Every morning without fail the sun rises and brings a new day. In the same way, God's mercy is a fresh start for us every day. Yesterday's failures don't disqualify us from today's blessings. Isaiah chapter 43 verse 19 declares, "For I am about to do something new. See, I have already begun. Do you not see it? I will make a pathway through the wilderness. I will create rivers in the dry wasteland." God's mercies create new opportunities and hope, even in our wilderness seasons. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with regrets and mistakes from the past. Every morning, God invites you to take that backpack off and start afresh with Him. Trust God for new mercies each day. Instead of dragging yesterday's burdens into today, lay them at His feet. Philippians chapter 4 verses 6 and 7 tell us to bring everything to God in prayer, and His peace will guard our hearts and our minds. God's great faithfulness. Lamentations 3:23 concludes, "Great is His faithfulness." The Hebrew word for faithfulness means steadfastness or reliability. God is faithful because it's His very nature to be faithful. He doesn't change and He doesn't break His promises. Jeremiah wrote these words while witnessing the devastation of his nation, yet he clung to the truth of God's faithfulness. When circumstances shake us, God remains our unshakable foundation. 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 13 assures us, "If we are unfaithful, He remains faithful, for He cannot deny who He is." Even when we falter, God doesn't. His faithfulness isn't contingent on ours. It's grounded in His perfect character. Picture a lighthouse standing tall during a violent storm. The wind and waves may batter it, but the lighthouse remains steady. guiding ships to safety. God's faithfulness is our lighthouse, unwavering in every storm. As we step into 2025, let's anchor our hope in God's faithfulness. When life feels uncertain or overwhelming, remind yourself of His promises. Joshua chapter 1 verse 9 says, "This is my command, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." As we step into this new year, we have the opportunity for a fresh start, not because of our efforts, but because of God's unfailing love, His new mercies, and His great faithfulness. Let's begin this year by placing our trust fully in God. Take time each day to thank Him for His love, rely on His mercies, and rest in His faithfulness. If you've never experienced the love, mercy, and faithfulness of God, today is the perfect day for a fresh start. Jesus Christ, the ultimate demonstration of God's love, came to offer us forgiveness, new life, and eternal hope. Romans chapter 10 verse 9 says, "If you openly declare that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, you will be saved." Will you start 2025 with the greatest decision you could ever make? Place your faith in Jesus today. God bless.